Okay, let's go.
You take a small, entirely normal loss on a trade. But instead of walking away, you get frustrated and take another position, triggering a spiral causing your account to collapse. To understand how to fix this, look at the math behind some of the most consistent traders in the world. A professional can generate millions of dollars in profit while actually being wrong on 65% of their trades. Achieving that kind of mathematical reality is impossible if you rely on mental discipline. Willpower eventually fails. You have to remove the internal negotiation entirely and replace it with a physical, tangible protocol. First, gather 2 items. You need a standard trading journal and a set of physical tokens, like poker chips or heavy coins. By pulling risk management out of your head and into the physical world, you create an unbreakable barrier that stops impulsive decisions before they reach the keyboard. If you constantly switch between fair value gaps, trend lines, and order blocks, you suffer from data pollution. Every time you change tactics, your trading journal becomes mathematically useless. Strip your chart of all indicators. Pick exactly one specific, highly identifiable setup and commit to executing only that pattern for the next 30 days. Jumping between strategies produces erratic, scattered results, but trading a single setup creates clean, consistent data points that form a recognizable cluster. By isolating your variables, you can accurately measure these points and calculate your objective percentage of success. That ruthless consistency in tracking one setup is the single mechanism that turns trading from gambling into a measurable business operation. When you hit a drawdown, your brain often slips into an autopilot state. You sit at your desk mindlessly executing rapid-fire trades to recover your money, completely ignoring your own rules. To disrupt that subconscious loop, we use your physical tokens for the poker chip method. Assign a specific trade value to each chip. If your plan allows for a maximum of 3 trades today, place exactly 3 chips directly beside your keyboard. The unbreakable rule is this: before your finger clicks the mouse to enter a digital trade, your hand must physically pick up one token and drop it into a drawer or a separate container. That required physical friction creates a deliberate pause. It pulls your brain out of the automated loop and forces you back into a state of active awareness. Introducing that friction acts as a hard circuit breaker against emotional, on-the-fly decision-making. When you lose your allotted chips, you have to leave. Closing your laptop but pulling up a chart on your phone while you eat lunch is an illusion. You need true disconnection. Emotional fatigue builds up in the markets exactly like lactic acid builds up in your muscles during a workout. This mental toxicity has to be physically flushed out of your system in order to completely reset your active decision-making. Open your journal and write down an exact 30-minute off-screen activity, like taking a walk or lifting weights. During this window, access to any digital screen is strictly prohibited. The trigger for this rule is absolute. The exact moment your daily stop losses hit, you get off the desk and commence that documented activity without hesitation. A professional trader's longevity is dictated entirely by their ability to survive their worst days without compounding the damage. When you are in a live position, the most destructive error you can make is widening your stop loss just to avoid the temporary pain of being wrong. Your stop loss is not a suggestion. It is the exact structural price point on the chart where your original trade idea becomes logically invalid. This illustrates the mechanics of scaling into a winning position. From your initial entry point, you move your stop loss to the break-even line right as you add a second position. Your original risk must be completely neutralized before adding new risk. When an amateur hits a drawdown, they react by increasing their size to win the money back rapidly. A professional handles a losing streak by systematically sizing down. This graph shows the visual objective of managing a losing streak. After a minor downward dip, the equity curve extends perfectly horizontal across the timeline, avoiding a deep, destructive plunge. Professional trading relies very little on maximizing the peaks of your winning streaks. Your success depends entirely on neutralizing the depth of your losing streaks. You now have the 4 pillars of the protocol: clean data collection, physical execution limits, enforced disconnection, and risk neutralization. When you combine capped losses with the outsized winners made possible by scaling, you create an asymmetric relationship between risk and reward. With that math in place, even a low 35% win rate allows your capital to grow steadily over time. Tomorrow morning, log into your platform and execute this exact protocol using only a single microcontract. Abandon any specific daily profit targets. Focus your entire mental effort on flawless execution of the physical steps. A true edge in the markets isn't derived from predicting the next price movement. It comes from building a protocol that forces you to pause, ensuring your emotions can never reach the keyboard.